Hey everybody, this is GGB co-host Puppers. We're getting back into this fourth quarter of action. Let's do it. We have the Pac-12. They're down by 14 points. It's the fourth quarter. It's not looking great for them. But if they can string together some offensive possessions where they don't, absolutely they don't implode upon themselves. They've had some good possessions. Justin Herbert's been able to get them it's about the 30, but they haven't been able to get any farther than they'd miss a field goal or Justin Herbert would make a big mistake. Under center here is Lamar Jackson. He's going to have time to throw. He fires inaccurately to probably Darren Waller on that play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. And again, so the bad thing about this for the Pac-12 is that they only have one timeout, right? So they can't fall back on that like, oh, we have 3 timeouts, we can just call our timeouts. No, well, they can run out the clock if they want to at a certain point in the game. So they got to score next possession. Looks like a 6-man rush from the Pac-12 unless they drop out of it. They bring Tyler Boyd in motion at the top. They do bring a blitz. He's going to have time, though, and he fires. It's going to be caught. A huge catch by Devontae Parker down the stretch that gets him a huge first down. First catch by Devontae Parker. But what a huge one. Because that's not an easy catch to make in the rain with the bullet pass and being immediately hit by Marcus Peters. And Devontae Parker makes a huge catch to get them that first down. They've went away from Dalvin Cook here as of late. And it's really interesting to me because Dalvin Cook is arguably their best offensive player. Shotgun here is Lamar Jackson. Looks like a 4-man rush for the Pac-12. It is. He fires it underneath Darren Waller. He's going to catch the ball, get it to about the 35-yard line, about a 6-yard gain on that play. Again, you'd think this is field goal range for Harrison Butker, but people have been missing field goals all day. It's been a very inconsistent game field goal-wise, and the only ones that have really been made have been really close ones. So, again, you kind of want this to get this a little bit closer to get the field goal. Remember, a field goal makes it a 3-possession game. That really might put it out of hand for the Pac-12. The defense got to step up here. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. Looks like a 3-man rush by the Pac-12, unless they bring a blitz. They do bring a blitz with Eric. They fire it. It's going to be a first down. Huge catch made there by, I believe, Darren Waller on that play. And despite having thrown 3 interceptions, he's also thrown for 201 yards. And he's making big-time play after big-time play on this drive. That's actually Jamison Crowder on that catch. Again, Jamison Crowder is a player that I thought when I was making the team, okay, he's going to be a depth player. No, Jamison Crowder's been a huge part of this team and their success so far this year. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. First down, they get hand off Dalvin Cook, who has a sizable hole, but he's not going to be able to pick up much after people quickly get to him. Only about 3 yards on that play. 2nd and 7. Miles Jack with his 7th tackle of the ball game, obviously. Don't know why Dalvin Cook's on the sideline. So is Lamar. That's really confusing. Don't quite understand that. But 2nd and 7. And this Pac-12 defense, they kind of have to force a turnover. That's the only thing I can think of. If they get a field goal, it's really largely over for the Pac-12. I don't know if that offense is going to be able to put up 17 points in, 12, 11 minutes. Shotgun here is Lamar. They bring a blitz. He fires it. It's going to be inaccurate over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. So 3rd and 7, chance for a big stop here if you're the Pac-12. Just got to hope they miss this close field goal. It's possible. People have been missing field goals all day long. Eric Kendrick's hair is going crazy inside and outside of his body. Looks like a 5-man rush here for the Pac-12. They've been bringing blitzes on 3rd downs, and it hasn't been working to see if they stick with it. They drop out of it. 4-man rush. Fires it underneath Darren Waller. He's going to get tackled for about a 1-yard loss. And that's going to force him to kick this field goal with 12.5 minutes remaining. If you're the ACC, as long as you make the field goal, you'd be happy with this possession. Your defense just has to not crumble down the stretch. You'll be fine. Aaron Rodgers is on the sideline, still standing, but Justin Herbert has been the quarterback since the second quarter. And let's see if Harrison Butker can make this big-time kick. This is a big-time kick. It'll make it a 3-possession game. Harrison Butker takes the field. Can he make this big-time kick down the stretch? Snap's good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It is good. Straight through the uprights. It's a 17-point ball game. And the ACC Buccaneers take a commanding lead here in this fourth quarter of action. But Justin Herbert is going to have to retake the field. And if they want to win this game, he has got to be huge. He has to be phenomenal here down the stretch. And he has to get it to Keenan Allen. He has to be able to hit a deep ball. They got to score 17 points in 12 minutes. It's very much possible. One timeout is going to be really of a hindrance to them, so they're not going to be able to stop the clock. But you can definitely do it if you can get some good offensive production. A return here would be huge by Deshaun Jackson. This kick is going to be kicked off by Harrison Butker. Kick is off. And it looks like it's going to be returnable by Deshaun Jackson. It is. He's going to run it up the middle, and he's going to bring it to about the 26-yard line before being tackled, so not a huge return there. Why was Justin Herbert on that return? Honestly, I think I saw number 5, which is Justin Herbert's. And Aaron Rodgers has taken this field in this second quarter. And Aaron Rodgers has come back full throttle. He is going... Or is he? Is that Herbert? I mean, you guys saw Aaron Rodgers take the field too, right? This is weird. I don't quite understand it. So is Justin Herbert leading this offense, or is Aaron Rodgers? It is Justin Herbert back there. So Aaron Rodgers just ran on the field for fun, I guess. Empty set here for Aaron Rodgers. 12 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. They bring a 3-man rush. He's going to have time. Fires it underneath to Christian McCaffrey, who's going to take it up to about the 34-yard line, 8 yards on that play. 2nd and 2. And the ACC is going to go for strips more often than that. So that there's downsides to that if people don't know Madden. Strips are higher. There's a higher percentage of strips, but there's also a higher chance that you do it face mask. So, again, another empty set here for Justin Herbert. Looks like a 4-man rush. Here it is. He's going to have time. He fires it underneath to an open... Ooh, I don't know who that is. I think it's Brandon Cooks, actually. Brandon Cooks, I believe, makes his second catch of the ball game. Brandon Cooks has not been huge for this team. He has not been a player that we expected him to be. But 1st and 10, they've got to drive a little bit quicker. I'd like to think they have a little bit more urgency. There's only 11 and a half minutes remaining. They're down by 17 points. I mean, you got to score somewhat quickly. I understand, like, you want to take your time to be able to get down this field, but I don't know. You got to be able to go quickly. Justin Herbert with Christian McCaffrey lined up beside him. They bring a 4-man rush. He fires it, and it's going to be inaccurate to, I believe, Brandon Cooks once again. Second time he's been targeted on this drive again. It's just interesting to me. If we're going to talk about this, it's been weird. DeAndre Hopkins has not been effective here in these playoffs. Like, you look at the FCS Division II, Division III Bills game, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't very much of an important part of that game. And you look at this game, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't either. It's going to be interesting if they use him against the Big 12. They make it past this Pac-12 team. Under center here is Justin Herbert with Christian McCaffrey lined up directly behind him. They bring a 3-man rush. He's going to have time. He fires it. That's going to be picked off. That's going to be likely a pick 6. That's going to be likely it. That's 100% going to end it for this Pac-12 hopes. Kyle Fuller, I don't know which one it is because they both are on this team, is able to make the pick 6, and yeah, that's likely it. If you are the Pac-12, an inaccurate pass to Rob Gronkowski, I believe, on that play. Kyle Fuller is able to grab it, and he's able to return it all the way for a touchdown. Very unenthusiastic jump, but that's likely going to be it for this Pac-12 team. Poor Pac-12. They are in trouble. That's all I can say about this team. They are in desperate need of help at quarterback. Their hopes really went out the window in the second quarter when they lost Aaron Rodgers. That was a huge loss for that team. He is really the player that, let's be honest here, he carries this team. He really does. I was thinking about it, technically it's still a 3-possession game. Now, it is unlikely, to say the very least, but if they go down here and get a touchdown and we get that 2-point conversion, it's only a 16-point ball game. And if they do that quickly, let's say there's 10 minutes left on the clock. I know it's unrealistic that they score in about a minute. Let's say they do score in a minute. It's only a 16-point ball game with 10 minutes left. I mean, that's a very possible comeback. So I don't know if it's all over for the Pac-12. It's definitely looking less realistic by the minute, but it's definitely not impossible. So this is definitely going to be returnable by Deshaun Jackson. He's going to bring it to the left side of the field. He has the blocks. I thought he was going to break that. I thought he was going to break that farther than he did, but he gets to the 28-yard line. 10 minutes and 56 seconds left. Got to stage a 24-point comeback, which right now is looking more and more unlikely for this team. Zach Moss is for some reason taking the field despite him being the fullback and most likely not going to be on the field. He's not even in the huddle, so that doesn't make any sense. So number 5 is Christian McCaffrey. He's got to keep them alive. He has to be the player, and Keenan Allen needs to be better. Honestly, everyone talks about Keenan Allen being a great player. He really is a good player in the NFL, but every year he does not step up big time for them in the playoffs. Shotgun here is Justin Herbert. He's going to take the snap. 3-man rush, so he's going to have plenty of time. He has forever, and he's sacked. Despite having forever, he is sacked. Aaron Donald gets his first sack of the ball game, and it's going to bring it 2nd and 16. That's going to be ACC's 6th sack of the ball game, which is going to be interesting. Going against the Big 12 tomorrow, actually, is going to be that Super Bowl. It's going to be the last 4 episodes of this series, so you better stay tuned to see who will win the who will be the best who will be the best conference. Will the ACC get back-to-back wins, get back-to-back victories, or will the Big 12 take advantage of this opportunity? They will not have many left, I'd like to point out to you. Big 12 is disevolving, which means I got to remake the kind of tournament things in the 2024 season, but that's a long way away. Understanding here is Justin Herbert. 4-man rush, he fires it. That's going to be incomplete. Dropped by, I believe, Austin Hooper on that play. And it's going to be 3rd and 16, so, yeah. You know how I was saying about the comeback still technically being possible? If you don't get this first down on this drive, it's not possible anymore. It's not possible. You got to score on this drive. Like, that would have been... That's a lot on Austin Hooper for dropping that play. I can't believe he actually dropped that ball. It was such a good pass. That's going to be a 4-man rush, so he's going to have time. He's going to escape the pocket, scramble to his left. He's going to run this ball. He's going to bring it to about the 29-yard line. He's going to fumble out of bounds. But it's still going to be 4th and 10, so 4th and less insane. And although I don't know if I would want my quarterback taking that shot if I'm the Pac-12, because if Justin Herbert goes down, suddenly you're on your number 3 guy, which, I mean, Jared Goff isn't that much of a downgrade, only about 1 overall point, but still, it kind of hurt going to your number 3 guy. But 4th and 10, you kind of have to pick up this first down if you're the Pac-12. Empty set, looks like a 5-man rush here by the ACC. Let's see if they can do it, pick it up. They drop out of it, 4-man rush, so he's going to have time. He fires it deep. That's going to be incomplete to Kyle Allen. It's going to be turnover on, not Kyle Allen, Keenan Allen. That's going to be turnover on downs, and that's likely it for this Pac-12 team. And Ron Rivera is going to be heading home for the 2nd year after the conference, making it to the conference championship. They're getting better. I don't know if they're getting that much better. Last year they lost in the divisional round, so at the very least they made it past that this year. The FCS Division 2, Division 3 Bills did not upset them this year. But ACC is just like, it's become a little bit of a force to be reckoned with since Lamar Jackson's become their quarterback. The first year they had Phillip Rivers, but ever since then Lamar Jackson has been quite unstoppable at QB. They're going to run up the middle with Dalvin Cook. He's going to get tackled for about a 4-yard gain. And, yeah, like, if they get a field goal here, the problem is it's a 4-possession game, and just, like, the clock is moving. Like, there's so many bad here which determine that, like, if they get a field goal, it's 100% over. Like, there is no, we could do it if this happens. No, it's all over if there's a field goal, at the very least in this possession. They got to force a turnover, or hope they miss a field goal. A shotgun here. Looks like they bring a blitz. They do bring a blitz, although Dalvin Cook's going to have some running room. He's going to pick up that first down, I believe. They do not call it a first down, 3rd and inches, but still basically the same thing. They're going to pick this up, just run up the middle with Dalvin Cook. Eric Hendricks is credited with that tackle. And what's going to be interesting, though, is they've played this game, I believe, without Chandler. Well, they're one of their better linebackers, so we're going to have to replace him if the coin flip does not go the right way. He's going to pick up the first down. Then not much more after that. Tackle made there by Miles Jack. Miles Jack and Eric Kendricks are going to be people making those tackles. It makes sense because they're the linebackers of this team. But, man, the ACC, I think we all knew the ACC was going to be a juggernaut this year. The ACC has been a juggernaut since Lamar Jackson has took over at quarterback again. But I didn't think it was going to be this bad against the Pac-12. I thought the Pac-12 was actually going to give them quite a fight. Now, I think a large part of this reason why it's been such a blowout is because of no Aaron Rodgers. I believe that's a huge factor. But outside of that, ACC has done a great job here today. Shotgun. They're going to go actually pass here. Oh, man. That was risky. I mean, he's not picking up a lot of yardage, 8 yards, but he threw that into traffic. And if that was picked off by Eric Kendricks, he might have gone all the way with that one. And that would have made it much more of a ball game here. 2nd and 2. Ends up being a big play for the ACC. Looks like a blitz here by the Pac-12. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. They do bring a blitz. He's got to throw it. He's going to scramble. He's going to get sacked, though, by Miles Jack. Miles Jack makes his first sack of the ballgame. 2nd sack overall for this team. 9th tackle of the ballgame. It's running up 3rd and 9. 7.5 minutes left. At least if you're the ACC, the clock keeps moving. Like the Pac-12 has got to force a turnover. It's their only chance in this game is to force a turnover. Or you got to hope they miss the field goal. But it's like so close. Like there's no way. It's a chip shot. It's a chip shot for Harrison Butker. And Harrison Butker's missed one today, but it was a decent amount farther out than this. Shotgun here again by Lamar Jackson. You might want to just bring a other blitz and hope that Lamar Jackson makes a mistake. They do bring a blitz. He fires it underneath to D-Hop, but it's going to be caught. It's going to get to the 10-yard line. It's going to set up a chip field goal. Tackle be made there by Richard Sherman, I believe. Again, DeAndre Hopkins only 4th catch of the ball game. Richard Sherman's done a great job of locking him down. But, man. They're going to take a probably 4-possession lead here, barring something catastrophic happening on this field goal. Man, I just don't see us being able to score 27 points in 7 minutes. I'm sorry. That's 4 scores in 7 minutes. I just don't see it happening. Let's see if they can make this field goal and put this game away, really. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. Straight through the uprights for Harrison Butker. And, yeah, it's going to be hard. I hate to break it to you, but I don't see this happening. You can't really come back from this one. Down 27 points with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left. You have to score 27 points like that, just by the snap of your fingers. And you got to get some onsides. It's a pretty crazy feat to think about. But you can at least hope. You can hope and pray. The kick is off by Harrison Butker. It's going to be returnable by Deshaun Jackson. Maybe he can get a bigger turn here. He does not. He fights his way to the 28-yard line, though. 6 minutes and 42 seconds left. And Justin Herbert has been anything but great today. Now, I understand a lot of that has to do with the situation he was put in. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was their quarterback. It was a large reason why people were excited to see the Pac-12 play this year. But the more this game goes on without Aaron Rodgers, the more demoralized this team is. I mean, Justin Herbert's the future behind Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is still very much the present. Looks like a 3-man rush here by this ACC crew. They do bring a 3-man rush. He's going to fire it underneath to Brandon Cooks, I believe. Brandon Cooks has become his favorite down the stretch. Still under 50% completion percentage for Justin Herbert. For some reason, is Aaron Rodgers. I don't understand why that is. But Justin Herbert, shotgun here. With Christian McCaffrey lined up beside him. Looks like, again, a 3-man rush. They do stick with that 3-man rush. He fires it underneath to Austin Hooper. Breaks a tackle. He's going to end up getting an extra 5 yards because of that. Still, I'd be going hurry up. I'd still try to hold on to the hope that I can still win this game or at least tie it and send it to overtime. Again, the ACC is going strip ball aggressive, which is weird to me because I don't really see the need to do that. I'd be saying going conservative and as much as possible. You're up by 27 points with 5.5 minutes to go. I feel like you got this pretty much under wraps. Don't need to go anything aggressive right now. They're going to bring a blitz here, though. He's going to kind of scramble. He's going to get it to Austin Hooper. He's going to be able to run to the 35-yard line. First really good play made of the day by Justin Herbert, able to find Austin Hooper. Only second catch of the ball game for Austin Hooper, and both of them have been on this drive, which has just proven how little they've decided to use Austin Hooper today, which I think was a mistake. Austin Hooper and Rob Gronkowski, for that matter, they both had some significant mismatches on the linebacker side of things, and I don't understand why you wouldn't try to exploit that. You got 5.5 minutes remaining. You got to score quickly, which is why I don't understand it taking so long. 3-man rush here, it looks like by the ACC. Should have time for Justin Herbert. Fires it underneath. That's going to be incomplete. Trying to fire it in a tight window to Brandon Cooks. Unfortunately, he's unable to come down with it. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. 5 minutes remaining. This is basically just kind of a pride-saving drive. You got to save your pride by scoring here. 3-man rush here. It looks like, again, for the ACC, although could see that you bring in a linebacker in maybe as a possible blitzing option. They don't. 3-man rush. He fires it deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete. I was looking for Brandon Cooks deep. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. If you want to keep your hopes, you just drive it. I mean, you might just want to take the field goal because you're going to have to get some onsides anyways. Never mind. You need to get closer for Mason Crosby. He's not been consistent for you from deep because by any stretch of the imagination. So you got to get this a little bit closer. If not, then I guess you tried the field goal, but Mason Crosby has not been good. Shotgun here for Justin Herbert. They bring up 5. They go screen, and he's going to be able to pick up a couple yards on that play. Only about 3, though. I think you might have to try it. I don't know. I really don't know. I think you have to, though, in my opinion. You have to try and take this field goal, at least make it a 24-point ball game. You're going to have to get some onsides regardless. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to decide to do here. It's going to be hard. Mason Crosby has not been good from deep, but I feel like you have to try it. They're going to go for it here. I guess it makes sense. You're down by 27 points. It doesn't really matter anyways. They bring a blitz, but he has time. He fires it. That's going to be dropped by Robert Woods. Oh, one of the few times Justin Herbert has put it on the spot here today. He's been able to read the field, and it's just dropped by Robert Woods, and that is 100% the end of it. Like, there is no... I've been saying that a lot, but I'm just trying to keep people excited enough to keep watching it. There's no point to keep watching it, I guess, now. I'm gonna commentate the rest of this game, but like it would take an absolute crumbling for the Pac-12 to even score again for this ACC team. I mean, they should be able to run this clock out on this drive. Honestly, shotgun here for Lamar. They're gonna pass it. Looks like for some reason they're gonna actually go run with Dalvin Cook. It makes sense. He's gonna get tackled for about 1 yard gain on that play. And Miles Jack, 9th tackle of the ball game, but statistics don't do much for you here. If I was the Pac-12, I'd still be very disappointed in my performance here today. This defense has done about as good a job as you can expect, but the offense has been anything but good. They go hand off to Dalvin Cook. He's going to get tackled in the backfield once again. I guess they can't run the clock out. The Pac-12 should get another chance, but Jarrell Casey makes his first tackle of the ball game, which isn't good if you are the Pac-12. 3rd and 13. They might actually try and throw this here. A pick 6 would be helpful if you're the Pac-12. Nice play made there by Jarrell Casey, setting the edge, making sure he couldn't bounce it outside. 3rd and 13. Chance for a stop here if you're the Pac-12 defense. Dang it. Hold on, it's going possible. Okay. They're going to go under center with a 3 tight end set here. Dalvin Cook lined up perfectly behind him. They're going to go actually pass here. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to slide to make sure he doesn't fumble the ball. That's not going to pick up the first down, but he is going to keep the clock moving. Buda Baker's credited with that tackle. 4th and 6. They're going to have to punt this ball away, so at least they're going to have a chance to score again. But dang, you got to be disappointed by your performance if you're Ron Rivera and you're this Pac-12 team. You thought you had a chance going to the Super Bowl for the first time. It would have been your first time there, but fortunately for you, it's just not going to happen here. Hoping next year that they have something better going on. It's going to be a returnable by Deshaun Jackson. He's going to bring it up to the left side, but he's going to quickly tackle it at the 32-yard line. And if you're the Pac-12, this is all about pride right now. You got to score. You got to score a touchdown. A touchdown has to be scored in this game. If you're this Pac-12 team, you haven't scored since your second possession offensively. That's really sad. But at 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, you just have to score. But I'm just saying it. If the ACC wants to beat the Big 12, their offense has got to be a lot more potent because I just do not see them stopping Patrick Mahomes like that. Then you can hope that he gets hurt and it's Baker Mayfield instead. But if Patrick Mahomes plays... Justin Herbert throws on the run, it's inaccurate. But just if Patrick Mahomes plays, like, decently well. Like, he doesn't even have to play the absolute legendary ball he's been playing all playoffs long that's gotten him to this point. The game he played against the divisional round and in the conference championship. If he plays the way he played in the wild card round, he'll be fine. Shotgun here for Justin Herbert. He's going to throw it underneath to Brandon Cooks. He's going to pick up the first down. And honestly, he seems to have a connection with... It's not the first down, 3rd and inches. But honestly, if he had done this earlier, you could probably still be in this ballgame. Him and Brandon Cooks have seemed to be on the same page here today, at least in this second half. And the offensive line for the Pac-12 is really good, which is interesting that the ACC has been able to get to them so often, which is worrying if you're the Big 12 fan. Looks like a 5-man rush here by the Pac-12. I mean, the ACC. They're actually going to drop out 4-man rush. He's going to have time. He fires it underneath to a wide-open Robert Woods, who almost dropped that pass as well, believe it or not. It's going to be the 2. They're not going to do a 2-minute warning, which is interesting. They just decided, I don't feel like doing a 2-minute warning here. But 1st and 10, they're going to keep the drive alive. You only have 1 timeout left, which means you can only stop the clock once. The game's out of hand. This is just like a little bit of a pride thing. Like, you want to be able to say that you scored a touchdown against the ACC. I mean, the Independents were able to say they scored a whole bunch against the ACC. The Independents actually played a lot closer game than the Pac-12 here today. So shotgun here for Justin Herbert with 4-man rush. He's going to scramble out of the pocket to buy himself some time. He's going to dump it off to Christian McCaffrey, who just runs out of bounds. It's like no gain, a 1-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 9. You gotta score for the Pac-12. I mean, this is like a must. Like, it's less about staying in the game, which you're not in the game, but it's about making it a little bit more reasonable. Under center here is Justin Herbert. Looks like a 3-man rush here by the ACC. It is a 3-man rush. He fires it underneath. That's going to be dropped, though, by, I believe, Austin Hooper. Brings up a 3rd and 9, though. And if you're the ACC, you have a chance to stop him once again. The ACC's defense has absolutely been playing amazing here today, but you got to feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to put up a lot of points, and you cannot make the same mistakes if you're Lamar Jackson than the other game that had 4 turnovers. 5-man rush, he fires it underneath to Christian McCaffrey, just completely inaccurate by Justin Herbert. There's been so many passes like that today where if they had been accurate, they seriously could still be in this ball game, but since they were inaccurate, now they're not. 4th and 9. If they don't get this, the ACC is just going to take knees and end this ball game, put us all out of our misery, and we're going to be able to move on to the next episode. Justin Herbert fires it. That's going to be caught by, I believe, Austin Hooper. I believe he's going to pick up that first down, keep the drive alive. Big-time catch by Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper has been... he's been somewhat reliable here today. 1st and 10. I don't know why you would match up Jalen Ramsey on Austin Hooper. It seems like a bad plan, but shotgun here for Justin Herbert. 4-man rush. He's going to have time, though, to scan the field. He's going to get sacked, though, for his 7th sack of the ball. And David DeCastro gets hurt on top of that for the Pac-12, which is a good 7th sack of the ball game for the ACC. If they can keep the same kind of pressure against Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be hard for him to do his stuff. David DeCastro is out, which brings up another offensive lineman. 3rd injured player of the game. 2nd injured Pac-12 player of the game, which is Good thing they're not moving on because they would have lost. They could have lost Aaron Rodgers and David DeCastro, which would make their chances of winning the against the Big 12 not very good. It'd be a great thing for the Big 12, but not for anyone else. But shotgun here. Justin Herbert looks like a 3-man rush here. There's a 3-man rush, 2nd and 15. He's going to scramble right into the sack. It's going to be Aaron Donald's 2nd sack of the ball game. He is officially in the zone for 3rd and 22 with 40-something seconds remaining. I don't know what else to say, but this is not going well for this game did not turn out the way any Pac-12 fan hoped it would. Really, kind of disheartening if you're a fan of this game. I mean, I was kind of hoping the Pac-12 might be able to pull off the upset, maybe go to their first Super Bowl. Yet to be one, and they're the only Power 5 team that hasn't been to one. He's gonna fire it deep. That's gonna be picked off, intercepted by Jesse Bates III, and that is going to do it here for this Pac-12 team. He was just chucking it up there, hoping his player can make a play, and instead he threw it directly to Jesse Bates, who gets the easiest pick of his life. Just basically able to just stand there and wait for it to come to him. And there's D-Hop. He hasn't done much in this game, and honestly, he has to be more productive in the game against the Big 12. And I feel like those are going to be the X factors for their respective teams. Is DeAndre Hopkins, can they get him going, and can the Big 12 finally get a run game with Joe Mixon? Because Joe Mixon, the only game he's had a good game in was the wild card matchup. Outside of that, he has been atrocious here. And this is going to be the end of the game. You can hear it in the stadium. They know it. You know it. This game's over. And the ACC is going to move on to their 2nd straight Super Bowl. And they're going to move to 5-0 with Lamar Jackson at the helm. So, it's pretty impressive, I got to say. Lamar Jackson has never lost a game with this ACC team. As long as they've been the Buccaneers, they've never lost a game. And that's going to be it. And Ron Rivera is going to be sent packing home once again. First time in a Washington uniform, but same head coach. Lamar Jackson is excited because he's going to be moving on to his 2nd straight Super Bowl. Eric Kendricks is going to go talk to Shaq Mason, give him congrats. Hoyer's going to be talking to him. And yeah, that's going to be it. Highlight time. There was that long return by Kyle Fuller. That was the only really highlight play of the game, in my opinion. But yeah, 4 takeaways for they won the turnover battle, but they unfortunately lost the game scoring battle. But everybody, I hope you guys are excited for the Super Bowl tomorrow. The ACC is not going to get much rest. They're going to be straight back into it. But it's a home field advantage in their Super Bowl. But hey, everybody, this is GGB, co-host Pupper, saying adios, amigos.